And welcome to my demonstration of how to commission a B&G autopilot with a ZeusS or ZeusSR. So if a compatible B&G autopilot is on the network, the control bar will appear and it will guide you straight to the setup wizard for dockside commissioning. Here we set the sensors we'd like to use: wind sensor, heading sensor and rudder feedback sensor. We then are guided to the next part, which is your boat, the type of boat that you have, the length and the cruising speed. The cruising speed is important because it does change some characteristics of your autopilot. Then we set up the drive, depending on what type of drive you have, the voltage, whether a clutch is enabled. The next part is the sailing part, the wind mode, tack time, the tack angle, and the wind function. So that's whether it uses apparent or true. This is for the steady steer part, the input function. So going to the rudder feedback calibration, this has been made easier with our recent software changes, where you set the maximum range of the rudder itself. So here I've put 92 degrees. We then put the helm over to the maximum starboard position and then press next step. We then do the same with the port position, and then we put the rudder in the middle. So this is just verifying that you've completed the calibration correctly. Next part is the rudder test, where the pilot will go through a range of movements with the rudder, driving it with the ram, and it's learning how much voltage it needs to apply to drive the ram. So if you've got a very large ram, it will require more voltage, or if you've got a friction-free ram, it won't require as much voltage. So it's just finding out how much it needs to turn the rudder. Once this is completed, it will go to a successful screen. This can all be completed whilst the vessel is on the dock, or should be completed whilst the vessel's on the dock. Okay, we've had a successful rudder commissioning. We're now ready for the seatrial commissioning, so we're going to go out to sea as a quick jump. So we're out at sea and we're going to start the autopilot seatrial commissioning. To open the seatrial commissioning, we can access this through the control bar settings. So we open up the control bar, go to settings. We find your type of autopilot that's in the list, in the device list. Here we have the NAC3, and we hit the seatrial button. The first part of the seatrial is a compass calibration, which is important, the compass calibration. And then we're guided to the autotune function. So the autotune function turns the boat through a series of S turns, gradually getting bigger and bigger, port to starboard, and it's learning the rudder gain and counter rudder values. So how much rudder is needed to start turning the vessel, and the counter rudder is how much rudder is needed to stop the turn of the vessel. Once the autotune is completed, you can see the rudder gain and counter rudder parameters that it has set. So here you go, it has been successful and the seatrial commissioning has been completed. you can see now that we've got the Tune Autopilot button, and going through the list, you can see there, you can see the rudder gain value is 0.62 and the counter rudder value is 0.72. I'd recommend doing an auto tune as it does set some good base values for your autopilot commissioning. You can tweak it from there, but it does give you some good base values.